Are you struggling to conceive? You have options, and at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group, we'll make sure you have the guidance and support you need. PREG is known for individualized fertility care that's unique to every patient. We take the time to provide a reassuring and empowering experience because we believe that you deserve nothing less. Let us help you on your journey to parenthood. Visit us at pregonline.com to learn more. Get the guidance and support you need at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group.
Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.
The pop culture field manual. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Pop Culture Field Manual podcast, sitting right at the intersection of weapons, action, the military, and pop culture. Right there. That's where we are. That's all this stuff, right, and then that's us. I am one of your hosts, Israel Wright, former Green Beret. With me, as always,
Cameron Fath, former Army Ranger. And today we have a very special episode because it has to do with hating everybody and anyone. And
not appreciating anything in your life.
Everything.
Lack of gratitude, total entitlement. Yes. It's our Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving to all our viewers out there.
Everybody in the U.S. I know you forget that Thanksgiving because we're so America-centric that we don't forget that Thanksgiving is not a universal holiday.
You say it like it's a bad thing, man.
No.
America first, baby.
Absolutely, yeah, America. It's our Thanksgiving episode.
It is our Thanksgiving.
And, folks, the first thing we want to do is to thank all of you for being here and listening to this podcast. We started this thing just, not even a year ago.
Not even a year ago.
8 months ago, I guess now.
I don't know. I got to look up the picture of us sitting where you have no shoes on. And I'm like, Israel, put some shoes on.
I still have no shoes on, folks.
Oh, yeah, still.
We're going to get banned from YouTube, folks.
Yeah, for these feet. Hit up PCFM podcast@gmail.com for feet pics.
Feet pics.
Absolutely.
No, don't do that.
But we are extremely grateful for all your guys' support, and whether you're driving in your car or not, you are probably driving in your car.
Yeah.
We appreciate your involvement in this little project that we started, and we couldn't have done it without you.
Yes, we could have. It would have been nobody would have listened. So.
Yeah, we could have done all this work for nothing.
We'd be sitting in my living room, for nothing. So I don't know if you guys know this, but we are on Buy Me a Coffee. I don't know if you guys have. We've never mentioned this before, actually.
No, we have not.
So it's called Buy Me a Coffee.
Because we're not greedy son of bitches.
That's right. We don't do
son of bitch.
We do this for the love, not for the money yet. But it's called Buy Me a Coffee, and basically it's a way that you can support the podcast. And it just we everything goes back into the podcast anyway because we're not doing this for money. But it's called Buy Me a Coffee. Pop Culture Field Manual's on there. And we had a couple people donate so far, and we want to appreciate and thank them publicly. Bodacious Bob, 23, Matt H, Justin U, Peter Y, Peter, we know you.
Peter, OG Peter.
Tobro, and then also a very special donation, actually, just separate from that.
Yeah, Matt W, thank you so much. He has very graciously donated a PS5 to the PCFM podcast, which we will be doing a raffle for to support a charity called Andy's Fund. It's by the Green Beret Foundation. It basically uses the proceeds to help veteran suicide, as far as helping people that are struggling in the Green Beret community or Green Beret family members that are struggling from PTSD, TBI, chronic pain. And it's a great foundation. The Green Beret Foundation has been around for a while, and they've done a lot of great things for the SOF community and the military community as a whole. So we definitely want to help help those guys with the proceeds from this PS5 raffle. So if you guys are interested in getting in on the action, go ahead and check out our Instagram. There should be all the information on there to let you know how you can participate in this PS5 raffle. Plus, who doesn't want a PS5?
I know, it's a precious commodity these days because they've had shortages, and I think they will continue to have they have part shortages, which is a supply shortage, and so they're kind of a rare item out there.
They are. So thank you again, Matt W., for your gracious donation, man. We will try to do our best with it.
Yes.
But the premise of today's episode is, you guys kind of got the idea. It's Thanksgiving. We want to know what you're grateful for. Send us an email at pcfmpodcast@gmail.com. But we want to let you guys know what we are grateful for in the realm of pop culture. So Izzy and I have both came up with a list of things we are grateful for that have came out of pop culture.
That's right. Yes. It's our pop culture field manual Thanksgiving list. You want to go? You want me to go?
I can go, man. I mean, my list is short and sweet.
That's all right. Mine's pretty short too, but we'll get a lot.
in.
We'll lose the thread a lot, and we'll make it.
Yeah, we will. Of course, that's standard. But hell, I'll start it off. And I actually just watched one of his movies last night because I'm a huge fan of this man. I get a lot of shit for this, specifically from my girlfriend, because she thinks he is useless. But thank you. I'm so grateful for Nicolas Cage and all the terribly awesome B films that this man has produced.
Yes.
Specifically, I watched Con Air last night, and I totally forgot that Nicolas Cage plays a Army Ranger from 2nd Ranger Battalion, whose name is Cameron.
Really?
Yeah, Cameron Poe.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I was like, is this foreshadowing? Am I going to get in a bar
Are you going to
fight?
shove a dude's bone up into his brain?
Yeah, you can do that palm strike right to the bridge of the nose, push that cartilage right into his brain, and kill that man.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I was like, I totally forgot how awesomely great this movie is. And Nicolas Cage has come out with some classics that, I mean, are so quotable. I mean, I just remember being in Ranger School or being in a really, doing a really hard training exercise and just sitting there with my boys and quoting the worst of the worst Nicolas Cage movies.
Dude.
Like, not the bees! From Wicker Man.
Not the bees!
Wicker Man's a classic. It's supposed to be a thriller, but it ends up being a comedy.
It's a horrible remake of an actually pretty good film.
Yeah, I mean, when he just goes downstairs and there's that very burly woman and she's coming at him and he just decks her out of nowhere. I thought that was hilarious. But, I mean, other movies that have National Treasure. Of course, we're going to steal the Declaration of Independence.
Yep. Con Air, I told you to put the bunny down.
Yeah, I told you to put the bunny down. And it's like he's trying to do this like Alabama Bayou accent, but it just makes him sound like he has Down syndrome. He's terrible accent. And then other movies like
Did you ever see Mandy?
Yes, I saw Mandy. I want to take acid and watch Mandy because that movie is an LSD trip. I actually did enjoy that movie because I'm a big metal music fan.
Yeah, it's a total great. It's an homage to like the heavy metal era, 60s, 70s, 80s.
Yeah, absolutely. And then movies like Face Off, which are actually good. I like that movie a lot. Face Off is a classic.
So
his character is like, the drug running psychopathic killer guy that he.
But then he becomes the good guy.
He becomes he is like the
Castor Troy. Hey, Castor Troy.
Oh, Castor Troy.
He's like
he has his face
that look, that Nicolas Cage look.
Yeah, the big eyes.
Yeah,
dude, put that on a T-shirt. But he's like, do you use protection? No. Protection. He pulls out the switchblade when he's for some reason I want to
John
say
Travolta.
John Travolta. They switch faces, but I'm so grateful for the terrible movies that Nicolas Cage has came out with. I think he's an awesome actor.
He's an American institution.
He is an American institution, and it's not like you can just you don't expect like a Grammy movie when you watch a Nicolas Cage movie. But you just expect to be purely entertained because it is Nicolas Cage.
I mean, you don't expect a Grammy-winning movie because Grammys are for music.
I'm sorry, an Oscar.
An Oscar, yes,
an
there
Oscar.
you go.
Excuse my ignorance.
Well, what's funny about that is he's an Academy Award-winning actor.
Yeah, he's great.
Leaving Las Vegas, he won an Academy Award for that.
A Grammy.
And yeah, he won a Grammy. But like his movies I'm sure there's like. I've heard like personal reasons, maybe financial reasons why he just keeps making movies, and he'll do just like anything.
Yeah, he'll do anything.
But he's had kind of a resurgence. He's done a lot of like crappy movies, but then Mandy I thought was great, and then there's one called Pig, which I have not seen, but
the newer one.
Good things about that one. Yeah, his latest one. I
haven't seen that one, and he also has a new one. Chris, what's the name of the animatronic?
Willy's
Wonderland.
Willy's Wonderland. That's
in which he has no lines.
He says not one word in the entire hour and a half movie, and it is hilarious. He just drinks. The premise of the movie is he goes because his car needs to get fixed because he drives this, giant, what is it, a Camaro or something, and it needs to get in this shop.
I think it's a Charger.
It's a Charger or something?
I think
Some
so.
really fast, a Dodge Charger? Yeah, it's something, a fast car.
Amazing.
Yeah, and he has to go and work in this abandoned, like Chuck E. Cheese remake type of thing called Wally's World.
It's almost like a Five Nights at Freddy's.
Willy's Wonderland.
Willy's Wonderland, whatever, man. Wonderwall. Who cares?
He's winning Grammys.
He's out there and he's just playing pinball and killing these demonic animatronic dudes that just want to kill him, and it's very entertaining. But he doesn't say one word the entire movie. Yeah. So thank you, Nicolas Cage. I appreciate you, and you make my life happy.
Nice. Good
What's
one.
one of yours, man? Let's hear one.
We'll go back and forth.
Yeah, we'll go back and forth.
I'm thankful in the world of pop culture for the wonderment that is Michael Bay. Michael Bay, thank you for being who you are. Thank you for directing Victoria's Secret commercials and then moving right into film and keeping your same style. And even like keeping all the beautiful women that you used in your Victoria's Secret model.
Yeah, except for Megan Fox with her thumbs. If you want to be scarred for life, Google Megan Fox's thumbs.
Oh no! Now I have to.
She's got toe thumbs.
Toe thumbs.
I've never even heard of this. Is that
imagine
why you never see her hands? And
Yeah, just imagine big toes on your thumbs.
Weird.
It looks like someone took a ballpoint hammer and like cartoon smacked her hand, and like in the cartoons, the thumb goes whoop, like a balloon.
It's really too bad that because she's a very beautiful woman, but everyone's talking about her thumbs.
Yeah, dude,
really
it's a deal breaker. It
Listen,
turns a 10 into a 7
Megan,
real fast.
I still respect you, okay? All right. Call me. We'll hang out. I won't make fun of your thumbs. But Michael Bay. Back to Michael Bay. Whatever you want to say about his movies, and I have not necessarily liked a lot of his movies. I think 13 Hours to me is his greatest film because true story, he does a really good job with it, and it utilizes his skills.
What about Transformers?
I
Transformers.
have buyer's remorse when it comes to Transformers, man.
We need more explosions.
That's the thing. You make fun of you say all the Call of Duty games were directed by Michael Bay because it's just explosions, and he's got that sweeping hero shot that he does in all his movies, like the golden hour, like the tracking shot, and they're just looking out somewhere. You know,
they're covered in ash.
Yeah,
or something.
but. The thing about Michael Bay that I will always appreciate is he has always portrayed the military in a positive light.
Oh, absolutely. He does a great job. He loved very military pro.
Yeah,
very pro-military, very military friendly.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, in the Transformers franchise, the military side is pretty accurate.
Yeah.
And it's they actually use real, tactics and I think they do a good job of representing the military in a positive light. And
I think that the military is a fan of Michael Bay as well because
absolutely.
they give they film on bases. They have real military personnel as extras in the background. Maybe you can give them a couple lines. They use the real jargon. They use the real stuff. They'll even with Transformers 3 Dark of the Moon, where they infill with those squirrel suits, like the Halo squirrel suit flying around the city and stuff. I think he just saw that and he's like, that's really cool. I want to put that in my movie.
Yeah, how do I put that in my movie?
How can we make this work in terms of the story, And actually, I think I've told this before, but I went to a pre-screening, a pre-release screening of Transformers 3 before it came out. And we watched the movie and then I remember saying, I feel really good about this, but I remember saying to the guy, they do an interview, a focus group interview after the movie, and he was asking us all these questions about what we thought of the film. And he's like, if you guys have anything you want to say, we're recording this to Michael Bay. And I said, hey, I just want to say I appreciate that Michael Bay always portrays the military in a positive light, and say, just good on you and stuff. He's like, well, you can tell him yourself because he's here. And Michael Bay was there the entire time, sitting behind us. And he came up and said hi to us and talked for a little bit and stuff.
It's good that he cut you off there and you don't I'm always glad that he portrays the military, but this movie was terrible. He's like, you can tell him in person.
Tell him how bad you hated this movie.
And he gets his goon squad to come and beat me up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so whether it's Pearl Harbor, 13 Hours, Transformers, The Rock, Armageddon, he has always portrayed the military in a positive light. So I appreciate that about him. I'm thankful for you, Michael Bay.
Thank you.
Michael Bay put us in your movie.
Yeah, put us in your next movie, Michael Bay. That would be great.
You see how generous I was? Mid-sentence, I changed it to us instead of me. I'm us, put us.
Me? Cameron's here still. Don't forget about him. But cool, man. I like that one. Yeah. Michael Bay is definitely, he's a staple in the movie. And he gets so much shit, but his movies are pure entertainment.
And him and Nicolas Cage, The Rock.
Yeah, I know, right? Fucking so good.
One of the best
so
movies.
It's a good one. For my next one, this one's kind of a given.
Yeah, it's kind of obvious.
It's kind of a given, and I'm sure yours is going to come up too. Absolutely. And
No,
you kept
it off the list.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Then I guess I'm just the asshole here.
Because Aliens is just a part of my soul now. It just is.
Yes.
You know.
But I'm going to talk about mine because I will never get tired of talking about it. And I'm thankful for the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And I'm thankful that they decided to bring it back with the new Amazon TV series. Fingers crossed. So much expectation moving forward for this. I'm super excited for it because, I mean, pretty sure the Lord of the Rings trilogy and The Hobbit are all filmed in the Third Age, and the in the new TV series should be in the Second Age, I believe, a little bit back in the Second Age.
1,000, 2,000 years ago or something?
And the Second Age, if you read into the lore, is like, there's some cool shit happening.
Nice.
The Second Age is where, like, the army of Balrogs is, and, like, there's a lot of conflict and stuff that's not...
So ripe.
Yeah, so right. They can take a lot from the Second Age, and there's just me nerding out. But the Lord of the Rings trilogy... The books and The Hobbit, I don't like, I'm not a fan of The Hobbit movies, and I didn't like how they split them into 3. They should have just made one. And the fact that I was such a fan of them using real actors to portray the orcs and the Uruk-hai in the original, and then they went to CGI, and that ruined it for me. But I still watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy every year. The extended versions have to do the entire marathon, 12 hours a time, sit down, don't move, and just pay attention, people. And one of my favorite characters since I was a wee Todd has been Legolas. So thank you, Legolas. Thank you,
Peter Jackson,
for making such an awesome trilogy. He really did it justice. Yeah, man, I'm very appreciative for it.
Now, just a little personal biography side note. Like, how old were you when you saw the first one ever?
So I remember when the first one was in theaters.
Okay.
I did not go watch it because I was too young and I was afraid of the Nazgul. So I remember the first time I actually saw The Fellowship of the Ring is about a year later when it was available on DVD, and I watched it in my dad's music studio on the monitor. I specifically remember, like, because all I remember is my sister and my dad went to go watch it in theaters, and my sister, like, put in my head that it's so scary and, like, I wouldn't want to see it because the orcs would give me nightmares.
Sister.
And I remember sitting there and, like, the beginning scene when they're celebrating Bilbo's 111th birthday. There's, like, fireworks, and I'm just expecting these Nazgul terrifying figures to come in, and I was, like, sitting in the corner with, like, one eye still watching it. But yeah, dude, I saw it a year after it came out, and what was it, 2002 or 3 when the first one came out. I'm gonna just confirm that.
Remember, I was in college, so it was like 2000, 2001, or 2002, or 2001, 2002, 2003, I think, maybe.
Well, I'm
trying to remember where I was when I saw
2001.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, so 2001, and then they came out consecutively year after year. So yeah, 2001, 2002, 2003, I believe. Nice. But yeah, so I am very thankful for The Lord of the Rings because it made me the man I am today.
That's awesome. All right, so now I'm going to the second one on my list is just because it's the best movie I saw this year, and it just kind of reignited my love for cinema. It reminded me, why I love film, why we go to the movies and stuff. But Dune, Denis Villeneuve, I think that's how he says his own name. Denis Villeneuve, Dune, basically part 1, which I'm thankful for that they're going to do another one. But just Dune, man, just epic scale, really good acting, really, it's just a well-crafted film. I watched a couple things on, like, he did like a scene breakdown of the pain box, the Gom Jabbar scene, and just how he thought about it, and how, he read the book when he was a kid, so he's been a fan his whole life, and I appreciate that. It's really good when sometimes people who are fans of things like, Paul W.S. Anderson, he's a fan of Resident Evil. I didn't like the movies that he made, but he's a fan,
Yeah, man. I mean, talking about Greg Wong making his fan film of Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
We just came back from Arizona, and my buddy Greg Wong invited us out there.
Shout out to Greg Wong.
Yeah, shout out to Greg Wong. Awesome guy.
Yeah. Let us sleep in your
let him
bedroom.
sleep in his. He's got, if you go follow him. I believe his
Go hang out with him,
Instagram
go to
is
his
Spartan,
house.
What is it? Spartan 117 GW or something like that.
Yeah, Spartan 117 GW on Instagram.
Yeah, so follow him. Star Wars nerd, Jurassic Park fanatic, works at Haley Strategic, awesome guy.
Big milsim guy, big
airsoft
guy.
milsim guy. If you guys like military impressions, go ahead and follow him. But he made a fan film for Jurassic Park called Jurassic Park Exodus. Extremely low budget, but man, I thoroughly enjoyed that fan film.
Well, he made a second one. It was
it was like the remastered version.
but it was like a asset management team or asset containment team.
Mm-hmm.
It was the poster he had up on his wall. He has a poster of his own film up on his wall. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, it's so awesome. Check that out. It's called Jurassic Park
Containment
Exodus. It was very low budget, so don't make fun of the dinosaur CGIs. But it was, for the budget he had, it was made very well.
Yeah,
and it's very entertaining.
And it's got some. And if you know like Travis Haley or is Grantham in that one? Or is he
Grantham, Mike Jones, Grantham, and Travis Haley are in the film.
There you go.
And my buddy Barrett's in the film. He plays the villain.
Yeah.
Shout out to Barrett. He's awesome, dude. I met him on Tenet. But yeah, speaking of like people that make films because they're fans, that's a good example.
Yeah. And you could tell, going back to the movie Dune, you could tell that he made it with love, and it was just it took its time, and it was a full movie, even though it was only like 1/3 of the book, actually. And they'll make the next one, I'm sure, because I think it did pretty well. But it's the kind of movie you got to see. We saw it in IMAX, the big screen, the epic sound system. It's just an epic movie. And man, it's just, I can't stop thinking about it because, there's a lot of okay movies. There's a lot of good movies. This was a great film. So.
I still haven't seen it, so don't.
Oh,
I know you tell me every
better hurry
time
up, man.
Every time I see you, you're like, "Have you seen Dune yet? Have you seen Dune yet?" And I'm like, "No, I almost watched it last night, but on my couch." And I was like, "Well, Israel says I have to watch this in IMAX, so I guess I have to watch it in IMAX."
You can come over here. How about this? I got a good sound system. You come over sometime. I got a big 70-inch screen.
Okay, perfect. I will watch it here then. Yeah, because I tried to watch it last night, but I was like, 3 hours.
It's such an epic film. It's so hard to see it on small.
I know, it's so good. It's on my list of things to do, but you know me, I'm a busy bee. So once I find 3 hours to.
Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And that's just the beginning. Do you, Fargo? You can. In the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Terms and conditions apply. Your mobile carrier's availability and message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Oh, you can finish your sentence.
Once I find 3 hours to give away to the Oracle, I will watch Dune. All right, man. Well, moving on to the next thing I am thankful for. And this one has a lot of deep meaning to me, and it's kind of an obscure video game that not a lot of people know. At least I don't know because it's pretty old. But Medal of Honor Frontline. Have you ever played this game?
Nope. I've played no Medal of Honor games.
So it was for the PS2. And it was like when I first got my PS2, I was a wee Todd, and I must have been 11, 10 years old, a long time ago. And it's so weird that I'm like 26 and you're like, how old was I? I in my head, I've been like 18 for the past 18 years.
Right. Me too.
Yeah.
I've been 18 for the past 30 years.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no, Medal of Honor Frontline was the first military shooter game that I ever owned. And it was portrayed in World War II, so Omaha Beach.
Okay,
and like I remember the first scene that like it's basically all the premises for the Call of Duty where like you start out coming off the boats and like the Germans are wrecking you and you gotta suppress the bunkers to get up and get the Bangalores. I'm sorry, I was for some reason I want to say bandoliers. The Bangalores and blow the beach and to assault the bunkers there. And I remember that was like my first exposure to like military games and military like kind of jargon and feel and vibes.
Cool.
And I will actually accredit Medal of Honor Frontline to making me want to go into the military.
Wow.
So like a lot of people, new gen people are like Call of Duty, like exposed me and they, that's what pretty much made me want to join the military. But for me, it was Medal of Honor Frontline just because it was like, and it was funny because my dad was German and when I was like murdering Nazis as like an 11-year-old, he would like be able to understand what they're saying. If he'd walk in the room and go, Jesus Christ, and leave. Yeah.
I like how he didn't stop you. He'd be like,
He
wow.
didn't stop me.
All right,
yeah,
have
he
fun,
was just
son.
like, all right, cool. Have fun, son. But yeah, dude, Medal of Honor Frontline, it has a special place in my heart because I will never forget it just because it was the first military shooter game I ever owned, and I will accredit it to me joining the military. So I'm very thankful for that video game. Actually, I haven't played a lot of Medal of Honor video games, just that one. And I know on Gameology we've reacted to like Medal of Honor 2010, the Ranger mission, and that looked great too. But Medal of Honor Frontline will always have a special place in my heart. Yeah, so I'm thankful for that video game. And moving down the list here, one thing I'm also thankful and appreciate. Do you remember that badass TV show that used to be on Spike called Deadliest Warrior?
I do remember Deadliest Warrior.
You do? Well, I'm so thankful that you do remember it, because that was my favorite TV show ever that's been on the TV. Like, if you're thinking about a TV show, like, oh yeah, I used to, if Aliens made a TV series, and you're like, that was my favorite. Deadliest Warrior was my favorite. It had 3 seasons, and pretty much the plot, for those of you that don't know what Deadliest Warrior was, it was 3 nerds, and they and they pretty much invited experts from different units around the world, or experts on historical figures around the world, and they would put them together and have them fight each other. And like pretty much warriors that would never meet each other in the actual world together, and they would place them in a simulated battle based off of the weapons data they collected, like the impact of all. They would have like ballistic gel dummies and have the experts like use the weapons, and they'd measure the impact force and measure like how destructive the weapon was, and they plug it all into this this system that would simulate a battle 1,000 times, and whoever won in the system would be considered the deadliest warrior. And it was awesome, because they would put like for just example, like season 1 had like Green Berets versus the Spetsnaz.
Right.
And that was like the iconic episode. And unfortunately, the Spetsnaz won.
But then the win was like, it was just like by like a 75th of a percent or something.
Yeah, it was like some small number. But the thing about people don't know about Spetsnaz is Spetsnaz isn't just one unit. It's pretty much like calling somebody SOF in Russia, which has Navy SEAL Special Forces. Right. But the Spetsnaz has like multiple different units in it. It's not just one unit. Just like if you call, I don't know, Rangers are soft, Delta is soft, but Delta's like tier 1 or Rangers are tier 2. So it'd be like that. But so I think they did you dirty on that part. But they also have like Spartans versus ninjas. They had like they had the KGB versus the CIA. And they also on season 3 they did Army Rangers versus the North Korean Special Operations Force.
No kidding.
And of course we beat their asses.
Yeah, because they're all malnourished.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it was such a cool TV show to see like the weapons that they use in that period of time. Yeah. What the experts, would say about how they'd use it, how the experts would utilize the weapons. And it was just pretty much the coolest exposure to like combat history that I've ever seen on TV. And I mean, like the some crazy matchups, like just going back to like a Viking versus a samurai, obviously, like some, or even what was it? A pirate. It was pirate versus a knight. Yeah, which was like one has black powder and one has like full armor. So like it was just crazy matchups that was just so entertaining to me, and I think it was super cool.
What I love about the idea is that this is something you just do with your friends, like in your living room or out
you're
town.
like, who would win in a fight, a great white shark or a saltwater crocodile?
Yeah, exactly. Captain Picard or Captain Kirk? Come on.
Yeah, but these guys actually applied like science to it, and they applied actual data, and I think that was the coolest part about it. Because even though like you can't really know who's gonna win in a fight, William Wallace or Shaka Zulu. Like, you don't know because environments and whatnot. But I think it was the closest you can get to actually seeing what these dudes would do in real life. But obviously it wasn't a end all be all because the Spetsnaz beat the Green Berets. So
that's right. We all know it's not accurate at all.
Oh yeah, just because of that episode, everybody was real butthurt when they saw that. But yeah, Deadliest Warrior, man, I'm so sad that they only kept it at 3 seasons. Yeah. But it's definitely something I'll go back and watch. And I always quote this shit. Like they called, for example, in the Army Ranger episode, they do like a mid-range weapon, a close quarter weapon, a long-range weapon, and like explosives and just like weapons in each category. Mm-hmm. For their close quarter weapon, they said the premier weapon of the U.S. Army Rangers is the entrenching tool. And like they what? And they used an E-tool on like a ballistic dummy and fucked it up. But it's like the E-tool is not the close like quarter weapons, the premier weapon of the Army Rangers. It was just so wazoo, but I thought it was so entertaining.
That was probably all they could get. Maybe
they're like, what
notice.
do we use? They're like, what do we use when we get up close? Oh, pass me your rucksack.
Nobody has a knife
entrenching
anywhere.
tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, man, what about pistols, guys? Come
Yeah.
on. But I thought that was super funny. But just stuff like that came out of the show, which made it silly, but gave it like a serious tone to it. But yeah, Deadliest Warrior Man, real special place in my heart. Very thankful for that series. I wish they had more seasons.
Yeah. Well, we'll always be remembered.
It will always be remembered.
All right. Now it's time to get serious.
Super serious.
This is the last one on my list, but it's a
serious,
serious
guys.
one. Yeah. It's super serial. But I just want to, like, Thanksgiving obviously is a time to be thankful and to remember the blessings that you have and stuff. And so I am thankful for all the opportunities that I have had because of my military experience. I love the time that I was in the military. I was only in for 5 years, and I've been out for a long time, over a decade at this point. But every opportunity in the fields that I have pursued after that has come from my military experience, you know? And also, obviously, you know, we have the podcast, the opportunities with Jelly Smack, Gameology, all that kind of stuff. Meeting you, meeting Chris, all that stuff kind of came out of my military experience. I didn't look at your list before, by the way. Right. This is totally me. I know
That's
that
okay. I looked at your list to get my series.
Oh, okay, good.
No, I'm kidding.
But anyway, I'm very thankful for that. I'm thankful, obviously, for all of you that you know. It sounds cheesy, but like when you hear like big time actors or celebrities, they're like, I just want to thank the fans. You know, without you guys, but like seriously, like you guys, the fact that people listen to the show, it helps to perpetuate. Like we make more of them, you know, like you know, all the Jelly Smack stuff, my Twitch channel and stuff. It's like because people come and hang out, that creates kind of like that success and that momentum and stuff like that. It really does make a big difference, man. Otherwise, it'd just be like, I'd just be a dude. We'd just be some dudes sitting alone in a room, you know?
Yeah, it'd be weird.
Blowing our ships, you know?
Well, for me, you know, I'm thankful for me for getting through Ranger selection. I'm thankful for me for being so funny. I'm thankful for me for being so hardworking. I'm thankful for me for being so humble. I'm thankful for me for just being me, man. Hey, God bless.
Hey, God.
God bless.
I want to thank God.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we had Ricky Henderson on the podcast.
Yeah, did you see that Snoop Dogg video? He's like, that's exactly his speech. He's like, thankful for me for being so hardworking and never giving up on myself. I'm thankful for me for being just a badass motherfucker. But no, on a serious note, man, I am also very thankful for the military community that I've met so far. Everybody that I've met, good or bad, has made an impact on my life, whether it's putting me or pushing me in a different direction or pushing me on the direction I'm supposed to be on. For example, my military network got me here. Like my first team leader, Billy Trotta, he sent me a casting call for Tenet, where I met, you know, a bunch of cool veterans on Tenet, which pushed me to VME, which was Veterans of Media Entertainment. It's an awesome organization that connects veterans to screenwriters, producers, and any type of work in Hollywood, which then connected me to Gameology, which Gameology connected me to you, and you connected me to Chris, and, you know, now we're doing everything. So I'm very thankful for the military community, and I think the people that listen are super cool because they think I'm cool enough to hear what I actually have to say. So, so thank you to the viewers.
It's like a roundabout way of thanking yourself again. I like that, you know?
And thank you to the viewers for thinking I'm cool.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. It's good. Thankful to be here.
Much to be thankful for.
Much to be thankful
Even though we're busy out of our minds. You more so than me, though.
Hey, man. It's all part of life.
You'll get through it.
Absolutely.
All right, folks. Well, that's all the time we have for the main, the thankful part. Now we're getting to the hard part, I guess.
The hard part?
Maybe the game part?
The erect part?
We're
Let's play the game,
Let's
man.
play the game. You got to play the game.
So I have a game for you this time. And, you know, it's a classic game, coming back to our roots here, and the game is 5 clues.
Oh, gosh.
So here we go.
I'm excited and afraid.
Let me read you the description. So, the classic. I'm going to give you 5 rounds of clues to see if you can name the game, movie or TV show or franchise like think Indiana Jones I'm describing. You only get 1 guess per round. The sooner you do it, the more respect I will give you. Nice, Chris.
man.
I didn't write this. Listeners also play along as well. I will give you no respect because I'll have no idea if you guessed it right. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
Ready as I'll ever be.
All right, clue numero uno. There are 8 films in this franchise, including future movies not yet released.
What?
There are 8 films in this franchise, including future movies that are not released.
So there's something in production with this franchise, and
I would say so.
and we include that.
I would say so.
Okay. Oh man.
Losing respect every second.
Oh man. We might as well just empty it out. We just pull the cork out of the bottom and just let it drain away. It can be a game, a movie, or a television show,
Yes.
or like whatever. A book series too.
Franchise.
None of us read really very much.
I'm gonna avoid books for a while.
Yeah. There's a monster at the end of this book.
8 total, including ones that have come out. Haven't come out yet. I don't know.
Just want to take a shot in the dark.
5,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Never heard
Wait,
of that
can you?
one.
What was the name of that?
Okay, that is wrong. That is not correct in grammar or in any franchise or TV show. So we'll go on to the next clue. The filmmaker used real soldiers and fighter jets flown by real pilots.
Oh my gosh.
The filmmaker used real soldiers and fighter jets flown by real pilots.
So it's a film series, obviously. The filmmaker. Well, real soldiers and real pilots, real jets flown by real pilots. Is it the Transformers franchise?
Yeah!
Oh, is it all right?
Nice.
Okay, cool.
I was
Michael
like,
Bay.
you don't get this because you were literally just so appreciative of Michael,
Michael Bay
for portraying the military in such
It's why I selected it, but then while he's sitting there talking about it, he said that clue, and I was like,
Yeah,
I hope I move that clue down.
Yeah, no. I was like, and the other clues, for those of you that are wondering, is the 1986 version of the film was Orson Welles' last role. Clue number 4.
for sure.
I don't even know who Orson Welles was. The story centers around something that is more than meets the eye. It's robots in disguise. Yeah, if you didn't get that, get my clue 4.
Oh my
And
gosh.
clue number 5, Stan Bush sang the theme song in the animated version in the 80s.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, if you didn't get it from there. And those of you that don't know, Stan Bush sings our intro song.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll have to get him on here sometime.
Yeah, we will have to get him on here. Very interesting man. Family friend. But dude, yeah, you got that clue too.
Okay.
Good for you.
Oh my! And now I had to have gotten it then because all the other clues were super easy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The story that centers around something that is more than meets the eye. It's robots in disguise.
Oh my gosh!
I don't know if clue 3 about Orson Welles is easy. That's
No, I don't
very
even know who Orson
esoteric.
Welles
Orson Welles was a big time actor, producer, writer, director guy. He was in what is considered to be one of the best films of all time, Citizen Kane.
Oh, does he play?
He's played Citizen Kane. Yeah.
Okay,
Rosebud. Yeah.
Oh, okay, Rosebud.
He's the guy.
Yeah.
He got real hefty towards the end of his life, and he did like commercials, I guess.
Pinky and the Brain. Do you know the animated series Pinky and the Brain? The brain
he's
is
the
like
brain.
modeled after him. He's supposed
Oh,
to sound
really?
like
What are
him.
we going? Yes.
Yeah.
Try to take over the world. That voice, that's
Yeah.
Orson Welles stuff.
Okay, I've seen Citizen Kane. So I watched it in a film class. Of
you
course, you have to watch it. Yeah, Rosebud. It's his childhood.
Oh, sorry for insulting you then by just assuming you knew nothing about it and bringing up Animaniacs.
Oh no,
Pinky and the Brain.
I took a film class in collage. Okay, I know. I've seen Citizen Kane. Yes, I am educated. Thank you, Chris.
All right.
Thank
good.
you for believing in me.
Nice.
Well,
I'm thankful for you guys.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Chris. What are you thankful for?
Well, originally on the outline, I put that I was thankful for Steven Seagal movies, but that's a
course.
lie.
That's a lie.
I'm thankful for Jean-Claude Van Damme movies.
Oh yes.
Are they going to make a Bloodsport Redux? Have you guys seen?
Oh
this?
God, I hope not. There's
I
no
hope
point.
So. Sam Bush will do the entire.
That's the only
album.
time when I don't like. Whenever someone does a remake, when I'm like, please don't do that. Is when the first version was just the best version it was going to be.
Yeah.
Like, don't make any more Ghostbuster movies. You did it. You did the good one.
Yeah.
You know, don't make Aliens again. Don't make The Thing
You
again.
gotta stay away from aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't touch
just
that. That's sacred ground.
But yeah, I'm thankful for you guys. Thanks for
Chris.
letting me joke around with you for hours at a time.
Thanks. Well, we are thankful for you as well, and your big brain.
It doesn't sound like it most of the time, Cam.
It's okay.
You
It's
make
all
fun
love.
of me a lot.
It's all love, man.
You only hurt the ones you love.
Remember?
Oh, that's true. Okay,
Remember
now
what your mom told you
this hurts me
when
more
you were a
than it hurts
little
you?
girl, when you were a kid and you were a little
Get
girl?
out.
Oh, come on.
Remember what your mom told you when you were a little girl before you transitioned? They said if he bullies you, it means he likes you.
That's right.
You're so lame.
Yeah.
And you guys are lame too.
Yeah, and the listeners are very lame, just like Minecraft. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of the Pop Culture Field Manual podcast. We want to thank you guys for listening. We want to express our gratitude to you. Happy Thanksgiving. We hope you guys enjoy your time with your families, your well-deserved time with your loved ones, and we hope you enjoyed this episode as well. If you guys want to connect with us, go ahead and send us an email to popculturefieldmanualpodcast@gmail.com. Send us your list of what you are grateful for this holiday season. If you want to find us on Instagram, check out PCFM Podcast on Instagram. Sorry, I was about to say Kick Out Apparel. That's just what I'm used to.
Hey, go for it. You can say that too.
No, man. Yeah, and we release a new episode every Wednesday, so tune in for that. And what about the YouTube, Izzy?
The YouTubes, we got PCFM Podcast YouTube channel where you got the visual versions of this show with a couple extra tidbits, more content for you, all the outtakes. We just basically just the unedited version completely, except for a couple quacks.
If you want to see what happens behind the scenes,
Yeah.
look at these, because a lot does happen.
pretty much the same thing, only.
I was just also going to say we're thankful for Amy who edits those YouTube videos.
Yes, we
we're
are thankful for Amy.
Yeah,
Who's in the room with us right now.
She's in the room with us.
Yes, Amy. Round of applause for Amy.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Yes, she edits the YouTube videos.
If you guys want to participate in that raffle again, you can check out our Instagram. We're going to post all the updates. If you guys want to support this channel, go ahead and buy us a coffee.
Yeah, buy me a coffee.
Buy me a coffee. We appreciate your guys' support. And if you want to support my streetwear brand, go ahead and check out Kit God Apparel on Instagram or at our website, kitgodapparel.com. Izzy, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/myhappyself, Twitch. And then Instagram as well, myhappyself2, myhappyself the number 2. Come follow me and hang out, and I'll post all my stuff there, and there'll be a lot more places where you can find us on the internet coming up very soon.
Very soon.
So yeah, folks, we appreciate you. Thank you very much. We're thankful for you, and cue music.